What's up? Today I wanted to talk to everyone about the other side of pain. Pain is something that we're going to go through. I think it's one of the greatest teachers. Also, it's sad that we have to suffer through it, but also it is a great teacher because it teaches you that not every day is going to be sunshine. You're going to have to deal with some rain. So on the other side of pain is obviously happiness, joy, feeling good, and everything like that. But you also have that part right after pain. It's a little part in there, and you got to be really aware of that. So right, when somebody calls you pain, they cause you hurt or whatnot. The first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna hurt, and then after you establish that, all right, I'm hurt. Then and I'm not gonna say everybody, but typically some people could start thinking about that person got to pay. They got to pay for what I did. You start, thinking about payback, and it doesn't mean you want to inflict violence on them. Sometimes it could just be, a lot of times is you just want them to feel the same pain that you felt, and this could be because of like pride, and or your ego being hurt, but typically right after right after your pain, you're gonna feel that like, all right, I want this person to feel the same pain I felt because why would they do this to me? I didn't do anything to them, or I didn't deserve this. And you got to be very aware because pride will trick you into causing more destruction than is necessary. Like no destruction is necessary after the person's hurt you. The other side of pain is going to be the joy and whatnot. You need to get back to the joy lane. Some people are going to put you in the hurt lane, and that's going to build you up a little bit. It's going to strengthen you. It's going to add a little bit of strength to you, but you need to get back into the joy lane. So if you're not careful, what can happen is, like I said, you find yourself wanting to get even with another person. You start thinking these evil thoughts, and you just want a person to feel how you felt, and so you can kind of say that, aha, that's how it feels. And I think sometimes we don't know what we're doing. Like some people will inflict pain on you, and they're not even really aware that they're doing it. And I know everybody there can say like, well, Ron, we're all adults, whatnot. Some people do these things. Some people do these things subconsciously, or they may feel like, well, I didn't think it was that big of a deal what I was doing. So communication is key with everything, not just relationships, with everyone. But what this, when you have those thoughts in your head that, oh, okay, I want to hurt this person, that pride, that feeling right there is literally it's tricking you to tell you that, on your road to forgiveness, because it knows you're going to forgive this person. It knows you're going to get over it, and you're going to, be in a happier state. But it's going to trick you into, damaging the road a little bit more, making that road bumpy. So if you're going down a road, it's gonna trick you into like, yo, you got to make more potholes and do this. And you think you're doing it to the other person. You really think you're causing more pain in this other person's life. But all you're really doing, and honestly speaking, all you're really doing is putting more potholes in your road, putting more debris on your road, putting more damage to your road. And the pride, those negative thoughts, that negative feeling, it wants you to create as much damage. It's going to trick you into creating as much damage to your road as possible. Because, like I said, it knows that forgiveness is going to be on the other end. It knows that happiness is going to be on the other end. And when you're dealing with the process of forgiveness and happiness, that's the process of patching up that road. So now you find yourself, dwelling on those, what happened? Why did this person treat me like this? Then you start thinking it from a logical point of view, well, I just want to know what happened. Why would they do this to me? So when you're at that point right there, that's when you're going to find yourself patching those potholes up, patching those, sweeping all the debris up the road, making sure you got a freshly paved road. And for anybody who lives up north, like when they salt the roads and everything, the salt eats the asphalt, and then it damages the road. And then you'll see them, pave new roads in the summertime, so everything is smooth. So like that right there, kind of looking at it from that analogy, pouring salt in the wound, you know, is only gonna dig up more road. Your road is not always gonna be smooth. I get that, and that terrain is gonna teach you how to, balance out. It's gonna work your shocks, and looking at it from a point of view, it's keep you on your toes. You know what I mean, and you'll be more aware of people doing things in the future. But don't get tricked out of. Don't let your pride trick you into digging up more of your road and causing destruction to yourself. because that road, look at it from another point of view. That's your feelings. You're causing destruction to yourself, to your body. You're stressing yourself out by constantly thinking, I gotta get this person back. I gotta make them feel how I feel. That's distressing your body. Chemicals going off that's not supposed to be going off. That's just causing your body to work harder now. Like when you're laughing, when you're in a good mood, everything seems lighter. You feel like you're watching a good comedy movie. Everything seems lighter. When you're going through a hard time, the burden seems heavy. There's times where I went through that, and I'll find myself at work, or usually at work, and I find myself just sighing, and people will be like, "Yo, what's wrong?" I'm looking like, "Nah, I don't want to talk about it." It's just, but you'll find yourself sighing for no reason. You come in, as soon as you step into work, you sigh, and a person can turn, like person like me will turn and be like, "Dang, what's going on? Like already? Like you just stepped in." So don't let that pride trick you into damaging your highway, damaging your road. You want to keep your road smooth as possible, and so your journey is as light as possible for as long as possible. And once you deal with the pain, and we've all been through it. And when I went through it, when I had a person, when I had a particular person hurt my, not my pride, but hurt my feelings and make me feel, like hurt my heart. A lot of times my process for getting over getting over a bad relationship, like when I was younger in my 20s, was just like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna stay inside. I'm gonna figure out what's next, what's going on. I gotta heal first. And I would remember seeing people like go through that stuff, like I said, in my 20s, and be a bad breakup, and then they hit the club. They got to go out and have fun. You going out to have fun to get your mind off of it. But trust me, that problem, when a problem's created, the problem's gonna be there. Just because you go out and have fun, don't mean like the problem's like, oh, you know what, they having fun. I don't like that. I'm gonna go somewhere else and I'll go bother somebody else. Like, nah, that problem gonna be like, yo, I'll be right here. Like when you done partying, throwing your money in the air, or dancing or whatever you doing, having fun with your peoples, I'm gonna be right here waiting for you. Because you got to deal with me. In order for you to get over me, you got to deal with me. Me and you got to have a talk. And you can look at it like that. Like a lot of people don't understand how much we converse with things. You got to converse with things and people, and even with yourself. Like not saying in a sense where you're like walking outside and talking to yourself, but talking to your inner you. You have to do that, because there's sometimes you may feel like I've asked myself sometimes, like, yo, Ron, what's going on with you, man? Like today your off day. And sometimes my inner me will just let me know, like, nah, you're not off, man. You just maybe you hungry, or or hey, look, that problem is still in front of us. Like we didn't get over that, and so we got to talk to this problem and figure out how it's gonna work out for all of us. So, like I said, let's keep in mind that you're gonna deal. It's gonna be pain. That's just what you're gonna deal with in life. Sometimes you can increase that more by dwelling on it more. And on the other hand, on the other side of that, is gonna be some. It's going to be some joy. It's going to be some laughter. And then, it's going to be like, I would assume, forgiveness on your end. If somebody wrongs you or you wrong someone, even if they wrong you, learn how to forgive them. Maybe they didn't know what they were doing. And, maybe when they see you living your light, living it like that, they're like, dang, I did this to this person. And now I can actually sit back and think to myself, like, yo, I actually that was crazy what I did to that person. Like, that was out of character. And this person just forgave me. And you can show them how to be better. Maybe they come back in your life, or maybe you just show them how to be better. But let's stay out of the middle, because when you let that pride get hurt and you start saying to yourself, I want to pay this person back, I don't pay the person back. You damaging your road. You causing more destruction to your road, and it's not necessary for your journey. It's like you're literally making your trip longer than it has to be. If your duration was such amount of time to get to the next destination of wherever God wants you to arrive at, you're making that trip longer than it needs to be. You're taking more bathroom trips, or whatever, however you want to look at it. But when it comes to those pain and problems, you gotta confront it. You gotta get over it. Once you get over it, then you can start to forgive. Once you've forgiven a person, then you can start to be happy. But don't try to party your problems away, because they ain't gonna go away. Like I said, when a problem arrives in front of you, you got to deal with it. And no matter what you choose to do, it's going to be right there waiting for you. You come out the club, it's going to be right at the front door waiting for you. You come out of the movie theater, it's right at the front door waiting for you. Sometimes it'd be right at your car waiting for you. Like, oh man, movie was only 2 hours. Like, I was waiting for you. Should I get in the back or should I get in the front? But, let me know which way you want to go about it. So, remember, like I said, those thoughts, they come into people's head. Like, people don't like to be hurt. And I think sometimes we instantly think, I want this person to hurt, like how I hurt, like how they hurt me. But, get rid of those thoughts, man. That's not going to make you progress. That's not going to do anything good for you. You wouldn't want somebody to, you don't want that mindset. You don't want that energy inside your body. You want to be, you want to have good vibrations and you want to have a good state of mind. So that's never going to be something that you can say that, I'm glad I hurt this person. Like if you say that, people are going to look at you with those eyes like, wow, like you glad you hurt that person? So, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for listening. And like I said, just, we talk about the other side of pain, and the other side of pain is joy, happiness, forgiveness. But, watch out for that middle, that middle, when that pride get hurt, the ego get hurt, you want to start digging up their road, and that'll trick you into thinking you digging up, making their road, causing more destruction to their road and highway. You're only doing it to yourself. I promise you. So, thank you again for listening. Hope you guys are well out there, and hope everyone is being safe. Have a good day.